I'll send you the video of the guys that did it, and you can see the saw that they're using in the video.
Alright, I'll let you know. Got it.
Okay. Alright, I'll keep you posted.
Alright, bye.
Alright, bye. This is such a bet.
So is this white available?
So, here's what's going on. I just bought a 40. You good? I've had a lot of people that tell me that, oh, a splitter would look really good on your car, and I completely agree, but I am much as a function guy, an aesthetic guy. I want this to be fully functional and everything. So I found a couple of shops that actually made a real functional front splitter for an S2000. One of the best videos that I came across was a company that used Alumilite. They took a 4x8 sheet and they measured it up, and they did the proper 5 inches from the front bumper, you know, extending out. And I actually saw a guy hang off of this material whenever after it was properly installed. They said that they were able to, they went over 130, 140 miles and with this on, still stayed on. It was very strong and provided a great amount of downforce for the front end. I'm gonna get something that's really aesthetically cool, and it's gonna provide a crap load of downforce in the front. I am gonna have to counter that with either a diffuser or a spoiler. I'm not sure which one I'm gonna do yet. I do feel like I'd be kind of pulling like a Too Fast, Too Furious if I had a spoiler with a convertible, with it being convertible. I don't know how that would look.
You're already a ricer, honestly.
True, but I don't want to be even more of a ricer. This is only the start. We still have a lot to figure out. We just have to figure out, you know, where we're gonna mount it. We have to trace everything. We have to cut it, and we have to figure out where the bolt points are. I believe they use the person that I saw do this. They put like 12 or 15 bolts in it. So we're gonna have to figure out all that. We're gonna have to measure it. But I'm excited for this. This is dope. Oh, and by the way, APR's carbon fiber front splitter cost $360 off of, what is it, Evasive Tuning and all the other websites. This sheet costs $110, and it's just as strong.
Yeah, we're good. There's no way we're gonna pick it up.
God damn it, are you kidding me? Pass me on the shoulder. So first we're gonna jack up the front half of the car. I'm gonna take both of the wheels off, get measurements, and try to figure out what are the good points to kind of, you know, put the splitter in for as far as bolts go. Wait, what? Where do you work?
I'm not able to go to sleep.
Okay, so here's the update with the car. We're gonna go ahead and have to take that out. That goes right underneath here. I'm leaving this in, but we're gonna use this bolt that utilize this, and then we're gonna bolt up all along here. Now we have our sheet of Alumilite right over there. Now what I'd seen a couple other guys do is they'd actually tapped in their own bolts right here at the very ends, but we're not gonna do that, at least for now. But what we are gonna do, it's a bit too big to really deal with. We're gonna cut from here, we're gonna cut this whole top part off, that way we kind of make it smaller. And then we also have to cut around, we're gonna cut around here. Right now we don't know exactly where we're bolting it up. So what we're gonna do is the bolts that we do have that are already kind of bolted back in place, as you saw, we're gonna put on the ends of them, we're gonna put some paint, and then we're gonna press the Alumilite up. That way it makes a mark, and we know where to bolt up. But we can't really determine that right now because the Alumilite is hitting our brake, so we need to cut around it a little bit. Once we do that, we can press it up and get our bolt marks. We can bolt it up and go driving and do some mad stuff. Perfect. Oh, that's marvelous. All right, so what we can now do is, now that we have this centered and whatnot, now we can put all those bolts in the paint. Then we can see, we could also put the fender liner, maybe, that like on this side right here. That way we know how much to cut. So here's what we're doing. I'm hoping that y'all can see this. There's this bolt right here. All right, and there's the same one on the other side. These are our two major bolts, but more importantly, these are the first two that just happen to touch our DIY splitter. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put some paint on the end of this one and on the end of that one, push the board up. We're gonna center it and then push the board up. Once we do that, the paint will touch the board. The paint will touch our splitter, and then we'll know where to kind of drill our holes. And then once we put those, then we'll put those two in first. Once we do that, we can have a better way of knowing. Then we can, you know, then we can do these others, and then we can bolt them up as we go. So it's coming along nicely.
Don't touch that part
Yeah.
there.
All right, let me know once you get it centered. Okay, I'm good on this side.
Keep,
Okay.
I'm close enough to center.
All right, here we go. All right, they touched. All right, let's go down from the
Push it,
front.
make sure it touches good.
It's touching, all right.
Then drop, try to let it come straight down without moving.
Okay, I'm letting go. Okay, that actually went pretty great. So we made our first 2 marks. So our first mark is right here. Next one is right here. It's coming along. It's coming along good. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna drill through those, and then we can put some bolts in them, put some washers in them, put it up to the car into the splitter, and get some mad downforce. So now we have all of these painted. We're about to put up the splitter, and then we'll know where to mark. Well, then we'll know where to drill on all these. Let's push it up a little bit then.
As long as we hold it in place where it can't. It's set right.
All right, I'm gonna run it over to the other side.
Before you get in there,
Yeah, they
push and make sure they're touching everywhere.
Yeah, I think all of them have touched for sure.
What about the front?
Let's see. Ooh, by far the front. Let's see, rest your knees down a little bit.
Inside.
Splendid.
You can go ahead and get out.
What do you think?
I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need to see a 6.
So I went ahead and started marking this, and then Will Rob, oh man, he's walking away. Will Rob came up with this idea. What do you got for me here?
To draw this line with, we'll put the pin through it.
5 inches out.
5 inches out, and simply
Just trace along it.
Move it along the car there, and it draws the line. Just got to figure the size of the hole that'll fit the pin.
Once we kind of draw along the line, then I'll at least know that that's 5 inches out. We'll cut along that, and then once we cut along that, we technically have our splitter. It's almost complete. Then we gotta drop it. We gotta cut along here. That way our wheels and tires can go back on, and then we're gonna drop it. Then we'll keep it dropped. We're probably gonna plastic it this black, and then put our 2 rods in, and we are good for the track. Okay.
But that's because of the curvature thing. I don't think you can draw it any.
Actually, I think on that side. What we're doing right now is we're unbolting the whole splitter from the car. We got to make these cuts under here for the wheel to go back on, and then we're gonna start cutting along the splitter and be able to get mad downforce.
Massive downforce?
Massive downforce. These tabs right here.
What is that?
These make it possible to where this can screw in. That's why it wasn't working.
Oh, is that part of your bumper? Or your like a skid plate type?
Yeah, this is what originally went under. There's another one right here too.
So just pull this off here and use it.
Yeah. So here's our progress, pretty much. Got it all bolted up. Looks really good. So tomorrow I'm gonna come back and finish this. What we have left to do is we have to check 2 or 3 more bolt points. Everything else fits right up. Then we have to I have this little plastic, there's a little thin layer of plastic over it. We're gonna take that off, and then on both sides, and then we're gonna plastic the whole thing black, and then I'm probably gonna overnight 2 little support rods, because those really help. As soon as I overnight them, they're gonna go on, and that will be a wrap for the splitter. So let's cut to tomorrow. Ooh, man, it's funny how that starts up. Guys, so we are back at day 2. So here's what we have pretty much so far. So we have our hole cut out already. It looks good, but we do still need to figure out a couple of those bolts at the bottom there. Some of them aren't lined up exactly how we want them, and it's like if you're, you know, a couple millimeters off, then it's not going straight into, it's not gonna bolt straight right up to the bumper. So we have to get our exact measurements. We're gonna use a different method. We're gonna use, we have a sheet of, what is it, poster board paper? We have a sheet of poster board. We're gonna get under there, and we're just gonna kind of mark the holes and put it down on our splitter. That way we know exactly where the holes are. And it's like 30 minutes later, so this is what we've been up to. Okay, so we went ahead and did this. So what this is actually we bolted these 2 up under the car. We made these lines here, that way they'd line up. So that way we now know where to drill on each very point, and so that way we are dead on, and we're not scrambling around trying to figure out what goes where. This is our finished result for now. If you look under here, we got bolt right here. These are all bolts that are already in the car. We didn't tap any of these bolts on our own. These up front are from the front bumper, but it's really important that you get a washer like this. So we went with the regular 10 mil bolt, but this washer I believe is, I want to say, what is it, 5/6? It's 1/4. No, it's a 1/4. It's 1/4, and then it's 1.5 wide, like 1.5 on a diameter, and these will really help strengthen it, keep it up. So the next thing we have to do is I'm eventually in a couple days I'm gonna take this off. I'm gonna paint it, and then I'll probably do it all in one day whenever the supporting rods come in. I'm gonna paint it, mount the supporting rods up into the front bumper support, not to the front bumper, because if you do that, I mean, it's not providing any extra support. So mount it up into the front bumper support. It's right under here. And as soon as I do that, then we're all done. And then I'll probably do other pretty stuff, like I was thinking I can mount like a little rubber seal along here, maybe do something along here. But I'm not sure, but yeah, that's where we are for now. So I just caught the car back down, and check it out. Oh my God, that looks so aggressive. Damn. I'm not even gonna lie, this kind of looks like shit right now. The white just doesn't match the car. It's not aesthetically appealing. It's not aesthetically appealing to the eye. So it's kind of an eyesore right now. But what we're gonna do next is we're gonna paint it all black. We're gonna put those 2 supporting rods up, but I do really like where this is headed. I'm gonna have to watch out for curves right now. But this stuff is really, really strong. Overall, I'm really happy with it so far. Just, yeah, paint, supporting rods, maybe something along like the lip line. I don't know, we'll see, but I'm excited. Let me know what y'all think of this. Thank y'all so much for watching. I'm gonna catch you on the next one. All right, we had to hold back Travis for his initial reactions. All right, let him go, let him go, let him go.
Okay, go. Free into the world.
Poor boy, not painted.
Yeah, it doesn't look good right now.
Reaction.